welcome back to my YouTube channel and today's video. So today we're going to go to Bonhoga Gallery and Cafe. We're going to have lunch and we're going to have a look at the exhibition, and I'm also meeting my friend Alexa, who is an artist. She's a weaver, she's a photographer, she kind of does everything, and she has got a few pieces in the exhibition, so hopefully we'll be able to ask her a few questions about her pieces and her inspiration behind them. This video was initially supposed to be for my patrons, so if you're a patron and you've watched the video that we did the other day where me and Alexa took you for a walk to the Briggs of Emmentry, then this is the follow-on to that video where we were in the car and we were chatting about Alexa's work, and we said that we would visit the Bonhoga Gallery later in the week, so this is a follow-on to that. So if you've not seen that and you're a patron, then it's available on the Patreon site at the moment, so you can go and have a look at that. And if you're not a patron, then hopefully this video will be a nice standalone video nonetheless. So we're just leaving Larrick, and the Bonhoga is a restored watermill which has been turned into an art gallery and a cafe, and so we're going to go there just now and have some lunch and look at the exhibition. So I'm just going to spin the screen around so that you can see the drive. We're driving maybe 15 miles out into the West Mainland towards Whiteness and Weastill and beyond, and then we're going up the Weastill Valley a little bit towards Carrigan, and that's where we'll find the Bonhoga. So hopefully it's open today. I've not even checked the opening times, but surely it is. It's Friday lunchtime, bound to be open. But anyway, spin you around and speak to you when we get there. Here we go. This is one of the Shetland Tweed Company throws, designed and made by the talented Alexa. So, oh, and another one here too. So Alexa, where did you get the inspiration, or what inspired these cloths?
They're all inspired by Shetland landscape. So it's the colours you can find in Shetland depending on the lights and places. This design is actually based on, it's called Shetland Aurora, Northern Lights. So you see the green. Yeah, I made different colors all the way through, but it's all emerald, sort of green, purple, some of a pink. And then this one is based on Muckle, which is a beach in Muckle Row. And there's quite a lot of red and a whole range of different colors there, especially in the summer. The rocks are quite red, and then there's the sea, and there's a lot of heather, so there's a lot of purple. Yeah, the colours are very...
Quite striking, aren't they?
Yeah,
beautiful. It is, it's the red granite, it's just beautiful in the geology.
Yeah. So yeah, you've got a bit of all the colours there that you can see in there. It's a colourful, rich one, and it's a traditional zigzag twill. So the design is contemporary, but the pattern is actually quite traditional for Shetland.
And how long does it take to make them, or what's the process of creating tweed cloths?
There's the design that comes first, the choice of colours, and then after that it's about really setting it up. It takes about a week to put the threads on the what we call the warp, on the beam for the loom. So they're all put there by hand. So yeah, it takes a while. They're all threaded through the loom by hand as well, and there's nearly 1,000 threads to make a blanket just across, and then you have all, well, if it's a square piece, you would probably have 1,000 across in the other direction as well. And yeah, once it's set up, it's a semi-industrial loom, so we can weave, if everything goes well, maybe 6 meters a day. At best I can do 10 meters, that's my record, but that's really going flat out. And it also depends on how many colors you put, because you have to change the spindles manually. So every time you run out of threads, you have to see it straight away and stop the loom and change the threads. So you have to be in front of the loom at all time. So it does take a lot of work.
And Shetland is always known for its tweed.
No, but it used to be used by all the big names like Chanel, and probably in the 70s, 80s, 60s, but it was never really mentioned because it was considered as cloth, not like Harris Tweed that had the name. So that's what we're trying to bring back, some sort of name, because the weaving industry in Shetland has never really stopped since the Viking ages, but people were weaving at home, so you don't really hear about it because it was so common that, well, people didn't really write about it. So you see traces of it in the literature. Andy Ross did a lot of work for his master's degree on this, so that's why I know a bit about it. He was trying to prove that there was no real stop in the weaving industry or in weaving in Shetland, to show that there was some continuity and that, well, it was quite relevant. So
yeah, and it's incredible really, because weaving really predates knitting, and knitting is what Shetland is famous for, but we find evidence of weaving right back into the Broch era 2,000 years ago, but the first evidence on knitwear was found with the Gunnister man that dates to around about 1700.
Yeah, I think it did come quite late, and I think it's one of those cases where something was so part of the culture and so integrated that there was no need to mention it.
Yeah.
It was just embedded, so people didn't really make a big deal out of it because you were making your cloth to make your clothes, and it was pretty basic for them. It is definitely part of Shetland culture. Yeah. It's just probably just hidden. But and Jameson, up to not long ago, was still doing weaving in the Isles. Now there's us really on a semi-industrial level, and I don't think there's anybody else.
No.
Because Jameson lost their weaver, he retired, and there was nobody to take over.
How do you get the yarn or the wool for these?
It's all local wool. It's Jameson's of Shetland's wool, and it's they only use local sheep, so it's 100% local.
So it's 100% made and produced in Shetland?
Yes, and the throw itself is also made, because I Well, I make them now.
And how can people buy them?
They can get in touch on Instagram or on Facebook. We have pages and an Instagram, or they can even email. We have a website. The website doesn't have any products on it, but you have an email contact if you want to have information about how to order, or just information about what we do, really.
Lovely.
So
thank you. That's us finished and away to pick up the children, the errands for school, and absolutely coming out doing with rain here. Just an utterly miserable day. It's forecasting wind and rain again tomorrow, so it looks like it's going to be a pretty wet, miserable weekend. 70-mile-an-hour gusts, so that'll be a weekend of just staying around the house. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed learning a bit more about Shetland Tweed and meeting the maker too, and we'll see you very shortly.